weeks, you got the luxury of an unchanged lineup. Does that make for a quick match committee meeting, or is it still a fair bit to talk about?
Still a fair bit to talk about. In the end, we went with the same team that I guess played some really good footy last weekend and deserved to go again. You know, we got our roles done and brought the style of footy we wanted to bring and got the result we're after. So it's nice to be able to keep that group together, but still have that pressure from below. So match committee's still a good one for us to talk through. You know, some of the guys who are pressing from below.
What are you expecting from the Giants, who will no doubt be stinging after a pretty disappointing season so far?
Well, we expect them to come and fight as they did last year. You know, we're in the same position as we were last year at this stage, and we came up against the Giants, and we know they're an incredible outfit. I've been lucky enough to spend some time working under Leon or alongside Leon, and I know exactly what they're going to bring this weekend, and they did that last year to us. So it's going to be a really big challenge for us. They come off a game against the Saints where they had their chances and played some really good footy. Didn't quite get the result, so they'll be hungry again.
Do you feel for Leon a bit with what he's going through? There's people suggesting that his position's untenable at the moment.
Oh, Leon knows he's got 100% support from me. I learnt so much from him in a short period of time, and I know he's got the support there for me as well. So, you know, when the time's right, I'll reach out and touch base and see how he's going.
So you know what they're going to bring. Is it a matter of sort of not getting beaten by what you know then, Matt?
Yeah, often that's the case. Easier said than done, because they're a very good side. You know, they've got super talent. They've also got the ability to fight and take the game into that sort of style of footy. We enjoy that style, so that'll make for a really good matchup. But we've got to be able to bring our best, to get it done. That's our challenge. We've been able to do it now for a few weeks. We've been really pleased with how the group's progressing. They've shown some real maturity over, especially the last couple of weeks, to be challenged by some of the best teams in the comp and then stand up. Again, we've got to do that again this week. Otherwise, the last couple of weeks don't mean much.
Just back on selection, if you don't mind, could you just talk to us about a few of the things you might have discussed or grappled with, and then further to that, sort of what's your message to Schonberg and Miller and the guys that perhaps would have been on the fringe?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk through. There's nothing we're hiding at all when it comes to selection. Shonny's gone back and he's working on his game and doing some great work in that space. Luke Pedler's another one who is playing some great footy. So, we'd love to see him at the higher level. But when a team's getting the job done, there's 22, sometimes 23 players that are playing an important role in that. You want to stick with it. You want to keep the side that are getting the job done. Possession's 9/10 of the law, and sometimes a player can be performing even stronger at a lower level but not get that opportunity. I think that's where you see some of the best clubs in the competition. There's no doubt Melbourne have pressure from below. They've got guys performing down there which keeps everyone on edge at the higher level. So we're really pleased as a coaching group to have some of those conversations, and there's more than just those two. You'll ask me a question about Riley in a moment. We were really, really pleased with how he was progressing, and still are. We were glad he avoided anything major from an injury point of view, so that's a good sign. Unfortunately, he'll miss this week with health and safety protocols, as are a few staff, but every club's being challenged in that space. But yeah, some of the guys that have gone back to SNFL level have really done some great work back there and gained a bit of confidence in themselves and belief. From an injury point of view, I won't talk about individuals, but some staff. Yeah, we probably have. I think it's around 3 or 4.
None of the coaching group. Any of your?
We've got a coaching. We've got some coaches out at this point through some of that health and safety, which is a challenge. But we also got some people that are stepping up as well.
Just one player. Just Riley's the only player.
He is.
He's quite similar to last year. I think they were 2 and 4, and you were 3 and 3. And they obviously carried out the biggest loss of the season. How much growth do you think you've had since then? Make sure there isn't another angle.
Yeah, the most pleasing thing is to sit down this morning and even Wednesday for our main session and talk through where that growth has come, and I guess the maturity I mentioned earlier. The fact that our group's been able to show maturity in real pressure situations. We want to play in big games, and we want to stand up in big games, and we felt like we've done that the last few weeks. If you go back 12 months, we had the same record as we do right at this point in time, but we're really confident we're a different group. We've matured incredibly well throughout that 12-month period. we've got a lot more cohesion in the group and understanding around game plan. Remembering this time last year, I had a new coaching group that had come in and we were doing a fair bit of work in that space as well. Now we're very much aligned on the way we're playing our football. So that doesn't mean the result doesn't change from last time. We've still got to come out as a playing group and bring it, and bring that contest and the fight that, probably last year we got a lot of things wrong. Looking back at the vision last time we met, and I'm confident we'll get those things right from a structural point of view. It'll then be, do we bring the fight to match it with a really, strong outfit in GWS.
You talked about some guys that are out, so what's the latest approach?
Yeah, Cito's still working through some areas. He was back last week and we sat down and had a good chat through where he's at. He's gone back to Melbourne again to work with a few specialists. It's becoming challenging for Cito, but he's as I said before, making some steps forward and then having a few little setbacks here and there. So we'll continue to monitor that. It's an area we're looking at, and we're in discussions with him, and hopefully we see more of those steps forward than the little ones backwards. Oh, look, I hope we will, but I'm not going to make any huge statements around that. This is a really delicate area that we're working with, and none of us are experts in that, but we have the experts working with him at the moment.
Just a big picture, do you think you've sort of turned the corner in the last couple of weeks or so in the total rebuild, I guess? Do you think it's been a significant sort of...
I wouldn't say we've turned a corner. I think we've been progressing well. I think we've been developing. The last couple of weeks have definitely given us a really big leap as far as belief goes. Again, maturity. What they're experiencing at the moment, rather than just having knowledge, they've now got experience, so they've been able to perform in real pressure moments. So I'd say it's more of a leap the last couple of weeks. Now, again, that can all come undone with a couple of games where you're not quite at the level, so we understand that. I'm confident though, and we're confident as a coaching group, that our group, they're pretty measured when it comes to the effort they're going to bring. We don't doubt them with that effort. It'll be about them then sticking to their roles and structures.
Last two guys.
By his own standards, Nixie, Toby Green was a modest return from suspension last week. What do you know of him? What do you expect from him this week?
I expect it not to be modest this week. I watched it last week. He's an incredible player. I had the luxury of working 12 months with him, and I talk about some of our guys and how hard they work. Well, we used Toby as an example. What I was able to see in the way he trained. Let's hope he doesn't bring it this weekend, because if he does, it makes another massive challenge for us.
So any extra homework on Toby Green or a player like that this week?
Yeah, our guys put a fair bit of work, especially the guys behind the ball that have got jobs. Toby could play a little bit up around the footy as well, but we know most of his time spent forward of the ball, and our guys do a hell of a lot of work every week on that, not just when it's Toby Green, but they may put a couple more hours in of vision when it comes to Toby.
Brown doing a bit extra homework on it.
Sorry?
Brown doing a bit of extra homework on it.
Yes, Brownie would be sitting down with a couple of others too. I'm sure Chase is doing the work as well.
In terms of progress as well, it seems like Chase Jones just chipping away down there everywhere. How do you assess his form, I guess, the mood in general?
Yeah, really pleased with his development. Really pleased with the back seven, actually, at the moment. And there's so much pressure for spots in that back seven. We've got Wayne Miller, back playing as well. We've got Josh Worrell, who's playing some good footy at SNFL level. There's more, Will Hamill, that are knocking on the door but can't get in. So, those seven that played on the weekend, they were fantastic, the way they connected and worked together. Chase was one of those, and his form's been really solid, so that's been quite pleasing for us.